Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 26th of May, 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you need to know about. Let's jump into it. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished today down 0.7% to 7,106 points. The index started the day up before falling in late morning and then again in the final few minutes of trading. Unlike most other sessions this week, the tech sector did well, and the sub-index was the only one to rise yesterday. The large caps were poor performers. In fact, there are only 3 companies in the top 25, Westpac, Goodman Group and Aristocrat Leisure, that ended the day higher. Fortescue Metals led the declines, dropping 3.7%, while both Coles and Woolworths were off more than 2%. Artificial intelligence group Appen received a $1.2 billion bid from a Canadian group, sending its share price up 29% before it went into a hold. The worst on the day was liquor and gaming group Endeavour, which jumped nearly 6%, notwithstanding it held an investor day today. Story number 2. Businesses didn't invest as much as expected during the March quarter, thanks to floods and COVID. Capital spending fell by 0.3% during the 3 months, mostly on the back of a big fall in investment in buildings and structures. Plant and equipment spending, think big pieces of machinery, rose by more than 1%. This data feeds into next week's economic growth figures for the March quarter, and it now looks like the economy expanded only marginally during that period. There was some good news. Businesses are planning to spend more next financial year. In fact, intentions are about 12% higher. That's good news given all the headwinds around at the moment. Inflation, rising interest rates, cost of living pressures, higher commodity prices and falling consumer sentiment. Story number 3, miner Yancoal went into a trading halt today, and there's speculation that its major shareholder, Hong Kong-listed Yankuang, which already owns 62%, wants to buy the rest. There are 3 other major shareholders, and about 10% of the company is free float. Where it starts to get even more interesting is that documents filed with the Hong Kong Stock Exchange suggest Yankuang wants to pay a little bit over $5 a share, which is well below its trading price of more than $6 a share. Yancoal operates coal mines in New South Wales, Queensland and Western Australia. Story number 4. National Australia Bank is the latest company to launch a buy now, pay later product. It will allow customers to buy up to $1,000 of goods interest-free with the new product and is relying on a better exchange of information between financial service providers to help keep a check on credit quality. NAB's entry into the market comes 6 years after the launch of Afterpay, and it's up against Commonwealth Bank's StepPay, Zip, and of course Afterpay. And story number 5. Wall Street closed higher this morning with a broad-based S&P 500 up 1% and the tech-heavy Nasdaq 1.5% higher. European markets were also better. Minutes of the most recent US Federal Reserve meeting show that most participants thought future increases in US rates would be in 50 basis point increments. The minutes hinted, or at least traders suggested that the minutes hinted, that the Fed could pause later in the year in its higher rate policy. That helped equities and also pushed the US dollar just down a touch. The Aussie dollar is currently trading just under 71 US cents. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 26th of May, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Friday Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.